Hi there, welcome to my studio. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Siobhan. I share videos about a dynamic and expressive approach to drawing the figure. In this video, I want to share this drawing with you, and I want to talk about the power of your observation in your figure drawing, specifically when it comes to making expressive and gestural drawing. If you want to achieve a powerful dynamic quality in your work, then make sure that your mark making or the way you draw is a match to the way that you're looking. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by this and how you can use this technique or this approach to improve your figure drawing overall. Plus, I'm also going to give you one really good tip that will help you to develop a more powerful way of looking at your subject. As always, I'm going to leave a link to this pose that I'm drawing in the description below, so definitely go check that out. Draw this pose yourself, and if you do, let me know how you get on. Leave me a comment or tag me if you post it on Instagram. Today I'm working with charcoal and a Conte pencil. At the heart of an expressive approach to figure drawing is gesture drawing, as I always harp on about. But at the heart of gesture really is observation. Even though it seems like it's all about dynamic marks, gesture drawing is really about the observation. Because to me, it feels like expressive marks are actually really closely tied to how you look at the figure or how you look at the pose. So observation should be developed, I think, alongside developing your line quality and indeed alongside your academic study of structure and form. It goes without saying that as you learn anatomy, you know what to look out for, you know how to recognize specific anatomical points, but that's a way of looking that's informed by your knowledge and your analysis. So let's call it an analytical way of looking. To draw in an expressive way, I would suggest that you turn off that analytical mode of looking. This allows then for a kind of observation that uses all of your senses and your intuition, not just the sense of sight. As an artist, you can train yourself to look with all of your senses, with your experience and your intuitive understanding of the figure, not just your academic or analytical knowledge. And so to put this into practice, if you want to make strong expressive gesture drawings, my advice is to rely on your observation to move your pencil. In other words, let your eye lead your pencil, not your hand. This technique or approach or this way of thinking about drawing will result in a radically different drawing than if you simply focus on the page. Using observation to move your hand means that you're looking at the subject, in this case the figure, more than you're looking at the drawing that you're making. And this is exactly what's going to give your marks that dynamic quality in your gesture drawings. Focusing on your page without sort of looking too much at the subject results in, I think, less of an impactful, less of a powerful or unique statement. So, expressive drawing is not just about the marks that you make, because in fact, even though I do stress mark making as being critical to develop, I think mark making for its own sake will mean very little to anyone else if it's not based on what you observe or what you've experienced. Expressive drawing is equally about the way you look and observe, and part of that is also about how you feel about the pose or what your understanding is of the pose. For me personally, relying on observation as a way to draw is how I learned anatomy, basically. I learned anatomy through gesture drawing simply because gesture trained my eyes to look for those key points in the figure and to try to understand them through drawing. So the way you look is ultimately the doorway to getting good at drawing, I think, because the way you look is the way you draw. Now, it's very different for every person. So this is something you need to explore and find out for yourself. And one really excellent way to do just that and to improve your observation overall is to practice blind drawing. Blind drawing is where you simply look at your reference or your subject and you draw that without looking down at the page. Now it works best if you can draw something from life. So if you can't get to a live figure drawing session, then I'd suggest, try drawing something at home using this technique. Draw your pets or a plant or your roommate or set up a still life. But definitely get that experience for yourself of what it feels like to not look at your drawing. If you can get to life drawing, then use one of the timed poses to simply draw blind. You won't make a pretty drawing, I'm telling you that right up front. That's the big caveat. It's going to turn out to be a drawing that you're not really all that impressed with because you're not in control. You can't see where you're placing your pencil, and the drawing is just going to end up looking very odd. But the fact is that when your analytical way of looking is not in control, when you have to rely on your observation, you have the opportunity to make a truthful drawing. If you practice this over time, not only will your observation and your way of looking improve, but your mark making will also become very powerful and very confident. This is the best advice that I can give any figure drawing student. When drawing from life or from reference, focus on how you look. Learn to trust that. There is always more to see. There's always more to understand in your subject. And as someone wiser than me once said, from an artistic point of view, you start to realize everything is worthy of being looked at. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope all of this makes sense. I hope you found it useful or that it gave you something to consider in your own work at least. Let me know in the comments if you have an approach to improving observation. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to learn more about this really effective way of practicing observation, then check out my video on contour drawing and blind contour. Give this video a like if you think it's worthwhile. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you in the next video.